everyone, Namaskar and Adab to all of you. I welcome you all to my channel. Let's get started for our today's topic, and today we are going to discuss about multiplication of a vector. We can multiply a vector by two means, that is by multiplying a vector by a number or by multiplying a vector by a vector. In our today's video, we'll discuss multiplication of a vector by a number and we'll discuss the related properties. So without wasting our time, let's get started and let's see what we have there in the multiplication of a vector. Let us suppose we have a vector A. The magnitude of this vector, let us suppose that is equal to small a, right? Now we'll take a number, suppose k, by which we'll multiply this a vector. So that means we'll get k into a vector. Let us suppose this is equal to one more vector b, right? Now this b vector will have two parts. One will be its magnitude and one will be its direction, because it's a vector, so it will so obviously have two parts. Now the magnitude of this b vector will be given by modulus of k and magnitude of a vector, which is small a. Now its direction part will depend upon the sign of the k. That means if k is greater than 0 or less than 0. Now if our k is greater than 0, in that case the direction of this b vector, if we denote by b cap, will be same as that of the a, and that is a cap, right? And the magnitude will be same only, that is modulus of k into a. So the magnitude of this b vector will be equal to modulus of k into a, or we can simply write this as like this also, k into a, right? Now if we have one more condition, if the k, which is a number, will be less than 0, then that time we will have the direction of this b vector inverted or opposite to that of a. So that means it will be negative times that of a, right? This negative sign over here indicates that it is reverse of that of a. The direction of b is reverse of that of a or opposite to that of a, and the magnitude will be given by the same, which is this. So the magnitude of our b vector in this condition will be equal to k modulus of k into modulus of a, or this is our a vector, so this modulus of a, which will be equal to k vector into a, right? In particular, multiplication by -1, it just inverts the direction of a vector. That is, by that we mean that a vector and minus a vector, right, they have the equal in magnitude, but they have the opposite direction. So that is what we mean if we multiply -1 to a vector, it just inverts the direction of the vector. With multiplication, we will talk about division as well. If we talk about the division of a vector by a non-zero scalar, suppose in that case we'll take a scalar m, and we'll talk about division of vector a by a non-zero scalar m. So that will be same as multiplying this a vector by 1 by m, right? So it will mean the same. So by division of a vector a by a non-zero scalar m, we mean the same as multiplying this a vector by a number 1 by m. Now if we have our a vector whose magnitude is equal to small a, and we have one more vector, u vector, which is actually a unit vector of magnitude 1, and the direction of u vector is u cap, which is equal or same as that of the direction of a, that means a cap, right? At this time we can write that a vector is equal to magnitude of the a vector into u vector, right? This is what I made two vectors of different magnitude. A vector had a different magnitude small a, and u vector had magnitude 1. So we made two vectors of different magnitudes equal, right? Now we'll discuss about the properties of this multiplication of vector by a number. If we have two numbers, two scalars, m and n, right? M and n are two scalars. Number first property which we will discuss is distributive property. That means if I do m plus n into a vector, these two are numbers, m and n, or the scalars. So if I do m plus n into a vector, that will be equal to m into a vector plus n into a vector. So this gets distributed. This gets to this and this gets to this. Number second property which we have is associative property, and that is if we have the same two scalars m and n, and if I multiply m scalar to n into a vector, it will be equal to n scalar into m into a vector, and this whole will be equal to m into n into a vector. Right? So these are two properties of multiplication of a vector by a number. So this was all about the multiplication of a vector by a number, wherein we saw how the magnitude and the direction of the vector changes when we multiply it with a number, and we discussed the associative and distributive properties as well. So in the next video we'll be covering the multiplication of a vector by a vector, but till then keep liking, keep sharing, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the bell notification button for the latest updates.